You're live.
All right. Yeah, don't tell them we're live.
Oh.
This is the DZ takeover. No. No, TJ, I'm not going to leave.
DZ!
No.
Get up!
No,
Get
this is
out of
my
here!
spot. It is my spot. Ah.
Whoa.
I think I
that
really
was
actually heard
impressive.
him. Sorry.
That was.
DZ, are you okay? He's on the floor right now. Ah! Welcome. This is my mother trucking show. Y'all remember that. Look, I saw some people saying they like DZ. They loved when DZ was here. But let me tell you what. If you like mediocrity, then you'd love DZ. You want to come to greatness? You come when I'm here. I'm just kidding. DZ did a fantastic job.
Excellent.
Excellent job. We weren't really sure how it was going to work out. You sometimes you try some stuff, sometimes it doesn't work, but he did a phenomenal job, and we were real excited about that. So he's going to be hosting one day next week. I've got a thing every month I go to. So instead of just a video, you guys will get DZ. So very excited about that. Also, let me do my intro. Should I do an intro?
Of course.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs, making progress so we get to 5 million. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, hit that subscribe button. Today is Monday, August 9th, 2021. And guys, I got a very interesting package in the mail. You want to come on up, Aaron? I got an interesting package in the mail. And all it said was address to, and it said BitBoy height ? So we're going to do a live height test here to see what it is. Now, this is my vlogger, Aaron. Now, Aaron, do you swear that you're going to tell the truth? Because the people can't see the number.
I'm 5'6".
Okay. All right. Are you really?
No.
No. What are you, like 5'7"? 5'8"? Are you taller than TJ? Are you taller than me? Well, we might have to do a height up. All right, let's do it. Measure me. Let's go. Go. I don't know.
He said he has heels on.
Do not have heels on. I have Adidas regular tennis shoes.
Truthfully,
70 inches. Let's do the math on that. 12 times 6 is 6, or 12 times 5
So
is
7?
60. So that's 5 foot. 10 more inches, that's 5'10". There you go, suckers. We got it.
That was wait. So
Not wearing heels. I've got Adidas shoes on. Might be 5'9" and 3/4 without them.
70 inches
70 inches.
divided by 12.
Yeah.
Is 5.83.
That's a percentage. A foot is 12 inches, TJ. You just doxed your non-math skills.
That's what I just said. 70 inches divided by 12, which is a foot.
Yeah.
is
So
fi-
I'm 5 and 83/100ths of another foot. That's what that means. It's not 5'8'3". A foot is 12 inches, TJ.
Right.
So it's 5 foot 10 inches. Okay, here we go. Someone said, Josh C says, and by the way, you can see yourself out, Josh. He says 5'10" is short. That's actually not true. Average American male height is 5'9", as we've all learned on this channel. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Hey, Bitcoin, am I right? Things were pumping over the weekend. Things were pumping this morning. Things are feeling good. I'm feeling good. Had a nice, relaxing vacation. I couldn't wait to get back, though, here to talk to the BitSquad in this direct way about what is going on here. Guys, I just don't know how many times I can say I told you so. I don't know how many times I can do it. Like I said, we were renaming this the I Told You So show, very possibly. What I tell you last week, we talked last week about all these transactions, these large transactions that were running. We were front running the news publications. They're just now starting to catch up to them. I told you guys last week, billions of dollars were transferred. No news story about it. Then weird, isn't it? I think Friday or Saturday, they put out an article. Oh my God, we just discovered that days ago, there was billions of dollars transferred. So it helps when you know the people that are moving the money. You get a lot quicker answers than waiting for Cointelegraph or CoinDesk to give you an answer a little bit later. Why were they doing this? Preparing for the big moves. Preparing for the big moves. Sometimes that can be a negative thing. If this happened in May, that would be negative that the money's being moved because they're probably moving to dump the market. But right now, the move is to long the market. And I think that's going to move my drinks over here. That's going to continue to be a good move here. So 1.16 million subscribers. We're actually going to tick up to 1.17 million today. Thank you for all that. You guys make sure to join us on Twitter, 479.3 thousand followers there. And get access to our contests here as well. And don't forget about Instagram here. We got 253K on Instagram. We're putting some nice memes out there.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little article about how we're approaching 5 million, so that's some good stuff. Now, also, guys, just so you know, we'll have more details on this tomorrow. You can show this page. More details tomorrow. So I would wait to sign up for this until tomorrow. But we're going to be doing a $5,000 contest here for people that sign up for Caleb and Brown. This is OTC trading, over-the-counter trading. I've used it several times. It's actually how we put money together to buy our building. So this is definitely something that you're going to want to check out. So be on the alert. We'll have the details about that contest tomorrow. Cardano staking pool, absolutely crushing it right now. 5.35 million in staked, 2.9% ROA.
Also want to mention real quick the OneChain staking pool that is actually live right now. So if you want to stake OneChain with us, you can do that.
Yeah, there you go. You want to stake OneChain? We're a big fan of OneChain, big fan of Cartesi. We have a Cartesi node coming up as well.
Yep.
And we're gonna. I see people making comments about the law, the regulation. We're gonna look at that today. But it's not. I don't believe it's a done deal at this point yet, because it still has to. What is the process for bills? It's in the Senate right now.
Yeah.
It's got to go back to the House, I believe.
Well, it still, I think, has to be voted on tomorrow morning as well.
Let's assume it gets voted in.
Right.
It's got to go then back to the House, I think, for the final approval.
And then it doesn't.
So that's where they're saying these amendments will get added.
Yeah.
This will. I do not believe this will be passed in the current form.
No, I don't think so. And it doesn't take effect until 2023. So there'll be, even if it was passed in its current form, I'm sure there'd be a lot of people fighting against it between now and then. But
Yeah.
it's still obviously a huge deal.
Speaking of big deals, look at this market cap.
Boom.
$1.85 trillion. Where is Bitcoin? 863, approaching almost 1 trillion again here pretty soon. Hopefully, the volume up $108 billion. Bitcoin dominance 46.5 is still just hovering in that 45 to 47 to 48% range. ETH dominance at 19.8%, and for 26.5 Paraguays, you can send an ETH transaction. So kind of looking at the markets right now, Bitcoin at 45.9. It was over 46 earlier this morning. And thank you to our viewers on Twitch as well, and TikTok and Theta. Of course, welcoming all our YouTube viewers also. Somebody said hashtag DZ for host. I tell you what, if y'all want DZ here every day, then I'll just quit. Is that what you want?
No.
What are we going to name it? BitD's Crypto? That don't sound good. D's Cryptos? Is that what you call it? D's Pits. Okay. Ethereum at 31.58. I think it touched 33 or very close to it. Binance Coin up, Cardano up, XRP, big mover this week at 82 cents.
What's Cartesi doing? Somebody said Cartesi popping off in the chat.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. This might shock y'all. I do not pay attention to the price at all of a lot of these projects. Oh yeah. Yo, look at that pump. Nice.
Wow.
Look at that. What a nice little pump there. So obviously this was around the time the market crashed. This is the all-time high, $1.72. It's back now at about 70 cents. So, or 71 cents, 68 cents is actually where it is. So doing pretty well. So we're big fans of Cartesi. We believe that Cartesi is going to be one of the biggest projects, definitely for the next bull run. They're doing so much good stuff. Biggest pumpers of the day, Zenfin Network, ICP. Ravencoin is now unseated Ethereum as the number one mining coin right now, I believe. Chiliz, FTX token up 10%, Avalanche. Not a lot of really big movers today, but the big movers are on the week. I mean, ICP up 60%, Ravencoin 60%, Voyager token 51%, Elrond 42%. Just put that as one of our top coins for next year. Qtum, Hollow, let's see, Uniswap doing pretty good. So a lot of big nice movers. So let's go ahead and jump into the AMA here.
Yeah, guys, if you have any questions for the Q&A, make sure to drop them in the chat. We'll start with the first question here from Twitch, Chemistry Bro. My question, BitBoy, are you excited right now?
Chemistry Bro. Let me tell you what's going on. I got all kinds of chemicals in my brain that are just mixing together and exploding with euphoria. Guys, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, look, it's funny because TJ and I were just having this conversation like, it was the middle of July. I mean, we're like July 18th. And we're looking at each other like, you know, my guy said it's going up in the middle of July. And We banked this whole channel on another part of this bull run, and
Yeah.
we were down to 29,000 on the 20th. And actually, like I had already talked about how the middle of July is from the 11th or 10th to the 20th, right? So we got down to the very last day, and we were talking about what's going to happen if we're wrong. We weren't wrong. Like, that's a beautiful thing. We've got our back against the corner a lot of times on this channel with stuff we've said, and pretty much everything has turned out. Like look, ETH didn't hit $2,500 by Valentine's Day. Hit it by Easter, as we know. So, you know, we are very passionate about what we believe around here, and we stick to it as long as we can.
Little bit of a mistake here. Somebody's pretty upset. They said, BitBoy, where the heck are the Mickey Mouse ears?
Yeah, guys, I'm just not a Mickey Mouse ears kind of guy.
Really?
I mean, is that okay? Can I not be? I wear a ball cap, and, you know, I might wear a Disney shirt. We were looking at some nice Star Wars button-up shirts they had. Kind of look similar to ones I wear. But, you know, it just boiled down to we just ran out of stuff in the suitcase. We let the kids get all the stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, you know. So Crypto Stash, who went to Disneyland with us, California Adventures, on Saturday, he said when they go to Disney, they went to Disney World for 10 days. He said they bring a whole separate suitcase just to pack all the stuff they buy.
Wow. That's extra.
That is a little extra.
Okay. Somebody said, if I have to sell either my XRP or Matic at the end of this run, which one would you sell off?
I would say Matic for 100% because, look, here's the thing. We see a lot of, we don't see a lot of connection between utility and price. Like, we just don't really see it that much. I mean, you look at Ethereum and say that there's definitely some connection there. I mean, Cardano hasn't even launched yet. Like, they're not fully launched yet, right? So we see how well they perform. We do believe the potential for Cardano is high. You need to move the time, by the way. There you go. But look, if XRP is in fact going to be used massively by the banks, which I believe is coming, then in that case, I would say there's a chance utility could be tied to XRP if all the banks are using it. So I would just say, look, everything's going to go down in the bear market, but I would say XRP, and, you know, especially looking at still the price suppression that's been going on with XRP, Matic has such a huge bull run pump that I would say that probably XRP is the safer there.
So
No offense to Matic, it's one of our top 5 holdings. We love it.
Michael Pauly, MTV, any thoughts?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know this, but back in the day, MTV used to stand for music television.
Oh, really?
And they launched, and they had music videos on there. I think Video Killed the Radio Star was the first thing that launched on MTV. TRL, I mean, we all know about that. I don't know what its ticker symbol is, but you guys may not know this, but back, I think in the late 90s or early 2000s, they actually changed MTV to where it no longer stands for music television. It just stands for MTV. That's the name of the channel. That's it. And if you want to check out reruns of Ridiculousness, you can turn on at any time.
Yeah, exactly. Great show.
Not that great. It's a ripoff of Touch 2.0, but whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Aave updated price prediction.
And I've told you guys before, if I don't do a video where I work out some math and figure out actually what I think it will be, it's hard for me to just come up with one on the fly. I mean, I thought I could easily see this thing at one point getting up to $4,000 or $5,000, but now we're looking at lower returns across the board based on Bitcoin, Ethereum not performing to where we thought in the beginning that they would in the beginning of this bull run. We had a 2-month pause. You got to keep that in mind, a 2-month pause where the entire market was manipulated down, and that got cut out of this bull run. So the highest potential, I believe, is not as high as it was several months ago. Still high, still 6 figures for Bitcoin, hopefully 5 figures for Ethereum, but it'll be low 5 figures. I think at $27,000 ETH, I think it's out of the question at this point in this bull run. Very sad, because I definitely thought that was very possible. But so when you look at Aave, where it's at right now, 382, where did it go? Where did it drop down to? It dropped down to about 205. I mean, Aave can easily, I think, get to $1,000. I think it could also, so I would say somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000 for Aave is probably what I would say.
And do you think it makes sense to do an updated video? We did actually get that question.
We did that
times.
video, but we just didn't include Aave.
No, I just mean like a Aave price prediction video. Would it make sense to put one of those together?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe we can do like a comparison between the top DeFi projects. Maybe that would be a good idea. Is Nick in here? No, he's not. Okay. Nick Damani, let's do that.
Should I move my Uni or chain, which I assume is Link, for XRP?
Why would you think that's linked?
Well, what is just chain?
Oh, maybe that is what they mean.
I
I'm
would
not sure.
assume they mean uni or chain link.
Look,
for
here's the thing. If
XRP.
you got an easy way to get XRP, then, you know, I definitely think it's one to continue accumulating right now. We have put, I'll tell you our thing. We've already got the amount of, we got the exact number of chain link that we want, 10,000. That's what I wanted at the beginning of this bull run. I got 10,000. That's what we got. So when it comes to Uniswap, that's actually one that I capitulated during the great altcoin collapse, and we moved that into Bitcoin eventually. But we were just this morning talking about some coins we want to start accumulating that we don't have in our portfolio. Uniswap, Compound. We want more HBAR and more Algorand. We do own those too. We want more of those. And then we were thinking about adding Ethereum Classic as well, just because it's a pumper. It is what it is. It's Digital Currency Group pumps that thing to eventually cash it in and buy other coins with that, other higher rank coins.
So Mitch with the super chat, thoughts about social tokens?
I just think they're social tokens will be a thing. They'll be really big, but I think we're years away from that actually coming to pass. You agree?
Yeah, I think it'll take a lot of time, and it'll have several different iterations. Some will work, some will blow up. So it'll be a really interesting journey to see those kind of hit their full stride. Do you still believe ADA can hit $8 by the end of this year?
Yeah, I think my prediction for ADA was always a little low. And so I think even with everything that has happened, I still think $8 is in the cards.
And then on that same note, do you think VeChain can still hit $1 this bull run?
No, I don't think it can in this bull run. I think somewhere in the 75-cent range is really where we should be looking for at this point.
And then somebody said, what would the price of Ethereum be if it had the same market cap as Bitcoin? Just divide the market cap of Bitcoin by the circulating supply of ETH, and it'll give you that roughly 2.3-ish, what it is right now, 6,000 and change.
It'd be 6,000
ish.
Yeah, that sounds about. It'd be a little more than that. Because if it's 368, that's less than half. So if that's like 45%,
it'd be like 2.3, 2.4.
It would be like
higher.
It'd be like 6,800. It'd be
Yeah.
about 7,000, probably somewhere around there, close between 6,500. and
But if you
7,000.
want the exact number, just divide the market cap of Bitcoin by the circulating supply of ETH, and you'll get that number.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your chats, and glad to be back for sure. Let's go ahead and get into a little look at the chart ski. Look at this thing. That thing's looking good, ain't it?
Sure
What is
it
this?
is.
A 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart looking nice. Let me delete that. I don't even know why I drew that. You guys remember when we had this blood diamond over here and everybody's freaking out? What blood diamond? Well, here's the thing. It didn't behave that way. So, and if you look at the higher time frames, like look at the daily, I do just want to remind you guys. I want to remind you of this. I want to remind you of the channel that was out here telling you guys not to be worried about this, not to be worried about this, not to be worried about this, even though it looks bad on one of the charts. It may be the Coinbase chart. We actually had a blood diamond right here on Market Cipher, and I told you guys, don't worry about it. We're bouncing back, middle of July. It's already been determined. And I want you guys to think about this. Okay, you could say, well, BitBoy got lucky. They got lucky. They said, by the way, we got almost 10,000 viewers and how many likes?
1,800.
Guys, we can get at least 7,000 today. With Bitcoin pumping, let's get at least 7,000. Go ahead, do us a favor, smash that like button. If you're watching on mobile, X out of the live chat, hit the like button. It's the number one thing you can do to help the Bit Squad. And also, if you're watching on a smart TV, bottom left-hand corner of the screen, hit more actions or more options, react, and then like this video. But people could look and they can say, well, he said the middle of July and the 20th is, it's the end of the middle of July, but, he just got lucky. He got lucky. No. I know the people now. I know what's going on in this market. And if you look at that and you say, well, he got lucky. But if you're a person that watches this channel and you believed what I told you was coming and you made actions based on that, you've done very well in the last 2 weeks. So when I tell you that these same people are explaining to me that the brakes are going to get thrown on at 100K, then that should definitely be something that you look at. That you think, well, he's right about this. Is he right about this? Information coming from the same people. So very confident the price of Bitcoin is going up very considerably. Now, I have not been given a timeline on how long this is going to take, but I'm sticking with my original timeline at this point. End of September, beginning of October, that's where we can look for Bitcoin to be hitting $100,000. I mean, guys, we're going to be at 50,000 probably by the end of the week. Probably by the end of the week. So I don't know what that means.
Just thanks for that super
Yeah,
chat.
thanks for
Shane.
super chat, Shane. So let's look at the Ethereum chart here. Ethereum chart also looking good. We're challenging highs right now as we speak. Let's see, what was the high? Oh, the high was 32. I thought it ticked up to 33 at some point, but 32 is the high. But this thing is looking so good. And if you want to check out what Carl from the Moon thinks about Bitcoin and Ethereum over the next few weeks, make sure to check out my video I did with him that'll be out today at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because the really important number here to watch is the Bitcoin versus Ethereum number. Ethereum is getting ready to possibly run up, very possibly, to almost 10% of the price of Bitcoin, which would be absolutely massive. I didn't think in this bull run, and I said this last year, I didn't think we'd see over 8%. We've already seen it over 8%. But from where it is now, and I think about 6.8%, for that to go up to 9% over the next 2 months, that means Ethereum's going to have a massive run up, and it's going to start catching Bitcoin. It's going to start, it seems like as long as we've really been talking about this, Ethereum has stayed at about 40 to 45% of Bitcoin's price. We haven't seen or the market cap, excuse me. We haven't seen the market cap itself get over 50% of Bitcoins. So I think when we see that, that'll definitely be massive. The hard fork, we'll talk about that at the end, but it's going very well. It's going very well. This is not a buy the rumor, sell the news event. I think we're only going to see this intensify over the next few weeks. And this is, I had them both up. Yeah, so here's Ethereum on Coinbase, same deal. The NUPL, look at this nice bounce we got. We got this really nice bounce here, because remember, we had dipped into the green or back into the brown, and I said we needed to really get that back up in the green, and sure enough, it's just like every time Bitcoin needs to do something back against the wall, it does it. Jose Ramirez called in to meet Ben at Thunder Mountain Cortese. Yeah, so that's Jose. I met Jose this weekend or this week at Disneyland. It was really fun getting to meet some people from the BitSquad. So shout out to Jose. Took a picture with him, and anytime you guys see me, had a guy come up and talk to me at a restaurant when I was cooking Korean barbecue. That's a lot of work, by the way. You eating Korean barbecue?
It's fun, but you're right. It is.
It's a lot of. Now, if you're the cooking person, you got a lot of responsibilities.
You do.
So I was up there like doing it, and the guy walked up and talked to me. Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Blockchain.
Green Lambo with wood grain. Put 10 racks in V-chain. Let me tell you, if you know that reference, you're a OG to the channel. There's no question about that.
I love that.
So and now we're actually getting a real Lambo here pretty soon. So hopefully we'll still be in a bull market so people won't hate me. All right. Bitcoin stock to flow deflection. It's having a nice bounce as well. So we're seeing some good stuff on the charts all the way across. So let's get into talk some of this stuff about the bill. Now, look, this is generally what we see when we have very negative bills like this infrastructure bill, which I don't know. Look, I'm just gonna call it what it is. The liberal media out there, they're so insane with stuff that they say. This is the greatest infrastructure bill in the history of the United States. This is bigger than the interstate road system. What are you dreaming? What are you thinking? They're going to boost out some roads. They're going to help with some elderly care. They're going to do stuff, I think, for childcare. There's some good stuff. I mean, there is some good stuff that will help people in there, but this is by no stretch of the imagination the greatest infrastructure bill we've ever seen. It's the most expensive, for sure. It's definitely the most expensive one. But Ted Cruz accuses senators of inflicting billions in damage on crypto, something they know nothing about. And this is something we continuously see, people making decisions on things they don't know about. And by the way, when I said liberal media, I just mean like the rose-colored glasses are on for this. I mean, I think that's pretty clear to see people say such positive things about this bill. If it was on another channel, it would be a totally different narrative. And that's just a frustrating thing. It's hard to actually get real news and real opinions on what's going on out there that's not based on someone's, indirect or direct political bias. The $1 trillion infrastructure bill is about to be passed by the U.S. Senate. There's a distinct possibility that none of the amendments for the crypto industry will have time to be voted on. It's going to lead to billions of dollars of damage being inflicted on the incredibly innovative sector. Ted Cruz is furious with Democrats. Their reckless and harmful lack of understanding. I mean, they're like I said on Twitter this week, there's only 5 people in the government that probably understand crypto. And my father-in-law texted me and said that father-in-law texted me and said he's one of them. So he works for an Air Force base. He's a civilian that works there. But senators apparently angry because of the partisan disagreements. Democrats have disagreed with all further amendments to the bill. This means a no vote to the Wyden-Loomis amendment to lessen the damage to the bill to crypto, and no vote on the Cruz amendment to repeal the new crypto rules altogether. So it's going to inflict billions of dollars of damage on the growing and exciting crypto industry and drive much of it overseas. And I've said this for a long time. We're in a space race with China when it comes to this stuff. And, stupid bills like this definitely hurt that. It says that most likely what they're doing is they're going to put this to a vote on Tuesday. So the Senate talks regarding the controversial crypto provisions will ended without any amendments, suggesting the bill will be voted on in its current form on Tuesday. And then this is from Jake Chervisky. Is that the one we have pulled up? No. Sunday night infrastructure bill update. Senate has voted 68 to 29 to end debate. Want to vote on the Wyden amendment first or on a Wyden-Warner compromise, but no luck. Senate has to wait until Tuesday to do a final vote. And this is really the troubling thing from this bill, which is the broad language used to define a crypto broker. And I will say this: if this does pass in its current form and no amendments are added to this, this is literally impossible for them to regulate. There's no way in the world. The only people who will abide by this will be, large companies. Like your average person that's running a mining rig in their house. They're not going to comply with this. Like, they're just not going to. They're not even going to know how to comply with this. You basically have to go through FinCEN and become a broker. The stuff you got to do to do Google ads for crypto. This is not something that's going to be enforceable. It's a joke. It says, let's see. Broad language to define a crypto broker in the provision has sent shockwaves across the crypto industry, with analysts inferring that miners, stakers, and other network validators and software developers could be subjected to third-party tax reporting requirements despite failing to possess personal information on their counterparties. Let's see. We already talked about the amendment. If we could vote on amendments, I think the digital asset community would be pleased with the outcome. Passed by the Senate on Tuesday. And this is the key part. This is the key part. This is what you have to understand. And I get really frustrated with crypto social media sometimes for multiple reasons, obviously. But I get really frustrated with crypto social media because it seems like a lot of people want to put out the half-truths. They don't want to give the bigger picture. Even Brian Armstrong, I believe, is guilty of this. I think who I affectionately refer to as my uncle on Twitter. Here's the deal, okay? The deal is this. Yes, this is bad. We want to get people riled up. We want them calling their senators and calling their congressmen. Do I ultimately think that will make a difference? Personally, I don't. But we try. Let's throw the kitchen sink at them, okay? But this is not final. Even if this gets voted on tomorrow and passes, this is not final. It still has to go to the House. And in its current form, there's no way it's going to end up going into law as is. It will then be on the House to put together some kind of an amendment to fix this. So it says it passed on Tuesday. Legislation would still need to clear the House before becoming mandated as law, giving further opportunity for crypto provisions to be revised. And even then, even if it did happen like that, it doesn't go into law until 2023. So is there ways even in the meantime that could be fixed? Could we see, in the midterm elections, could we see the Senate roll over and go back the other side? And then all of a sudden there is care about crypto and they want to go back in and fix it? That could certainly be a possibility. I don't know if you know this, but by design, our political system swings back and forth. Every 4 years, you think, or every 4 to 8 years, you think, well, this time, oh man, my party, they just don't have a chance. Or, oh, we're going to be in power forever. And it's just not the way it works. So, in 2016, Republicans thought there would never be another Democratic president. 2020, the Democrats think there'll never be another Republican president. It's just, guys, in my entire life, we've only had 3 terms in a row that were by one party. That was Reagan twice and Bush once. After that, it's been back and forth every 4 to 8 years. So do the math on that. People in control of that thing.
Yeah.
So
no, that was one thing that I thought was interesting. A comment somebody made over the weekend that was like, once we get all this stuff on blockchain, like all the votes and stuff, and you can really see who's voting where and why, you'll see that this whole two-party system is just a big farce. It's a bunch of smoke and mirrors to make it look like, there really are two parties when it's just, they're going to push through whatever they need to push through regardless. Like you're saying, it's going to swing back and forth both ways, and it's all just political theater.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Swing back and forth both ways. That's good.
Yeah.
Reminds me of somebody I know.
Where does your head go when you hear that?
Well, I just think about a gate.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but the thing is 90% of politicians are bought. 90%.
Yep.
90% of them are bought. And you can always tell who the 10% are, who aren't, because they're always made to look crazy. That's on both parties. Ted Cruz had this tweet talking about crypto got screwed tonight. You can read that thread on Twitter. And then also Charles Hoskinson, as you can see, he is, promoting the Loomis Amendment get passed, which it does not look like it's going to. And that's really unfortunate. I was hoping she could play a role in this. She's a very pro-crypto senator. I don't know what her thoughts are on other cryptos other than Bitcoin, but let's get into
Speaking of bot
politicians, I mean, I got to see if I can find this. And I wish I could find this thing this girl tagged me on Facebook. It was so funny. It was this bird. I didn't send it to you, did I?
You showed it to me this morning.
Oh, man, I can't find it. It was so classic. It was a bird that looked just like Janet Yellen. It was so good.
It was.
I don't know how to find it right now. It literally looked just like her. I mean, it was rainbow colored. It was a rainbow colored bird, but the head, it looked just like this this corrupt banking hoe, as I call her. I called her that on Twitter. She's Elizabeth Warren is the banking broad. This is the banking hoe. This is ridiculous. She whores herself out for banks. There's no question about this. If you think I'm lying or picking on her, you haven't read the facts. You haven't read the facts. She was literally lobbying and campaigning against the Loomis Amendment. Why do you think this got pushed through? How do you think this got pushed through? People at the top are telling them what to do, obviously. And I'm very frustrated with this lady right now. She is, it's a Ben versus Hotels trash picker upper vehicle thing. I didn't know that made so many waves. A lot of people really enjoyed that.
Well, it was because it was right when you started talking about the bank corruption and how corrupt all these people are. As soon as you started talking about it, all of a sudden this big trash thing starts making all this noise. Seems like maybe Disney's in on it.
Well, I'd guarantee you they are.
Yeah,
actually. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has been accused of corruption due to receiving $7.2 million in speaking fees from just Citibank and the vilified hedge fund involved in the GameStop stuff, the Citadel hedge fund. Since much of America was locked down in 2020, those speeches are almost all Zoom calls.
Oh my.
She made $7 million on Zoom call speaking engagements. She's already been in trouble. They already had to tell her that she couldn't do certain things as Treasury Secretary because she has this big conflict of interest. She's already been called in. This has been called into question. This is not new information. There's not new information here, okay? Yellen's limited disclosure reveals she received millions more from other banks like Barclays, BNP, and UBS. Well, you be kidding me if you're going to tell me she's not corrupt.
She's a crook.
She is a literal crook. That they understand what's coming with crypto. She's not an idiot. She knows what's coming. They play dumb a lot, but she knows. All they're trying to do is salvage as much time for the banks to be in control as possible. She's now serving her real employers, the banks, and not the U.S. government, as Ron Hammond, Director of Government Relations at the Blockchain Association, says. The public pressure is working as more senators express concern to us privately about the bill text. Treasury's pulling out all the stops to kill the Wyden Amendment. General politics of the bill could force Senator Schumer to say no amendments at all. For that $7 million, Yellen is now moving. I told you on the beginning, this is Janet, no telling Yellen. There's no telling what this lady will do. With a section sneaked in the infrastructure bill at the last minute, they'll hold smart contract coders responsible as brokers. We already talked about the amendments. And you were telling me, TJ, I don't know if it's in one of these articles here, but you were saying that her entire net worth is $20 million.
It was, yeah, in the 20 and change range.
Yeah.
So that 7 million is about a third of her net worth. And she gets paid about
And she got it this year from
Yep.
two banks.
Yep. And she gets paid about 200,000 a year. So that's her annual salary, 200K. That's what the US pays her as a public servant. And then the banks pay her millions and millions. So who do you think she has?
Who's she serving?
Right.
Who's she serving?
Exactly. Where do
Who
you
is she
think
serving?
the incentive really is?
It's such a joke. I mean, to me, like I've said it before. I feel like we're living in the USSR right now. I really do. All of our media is propaganda. We're being ran by a few. You guys know Obama had. You guys remember this, right? Like, outbreak! Everybody, calm down. Make sure go put your mask on. Do this, do that. He had 500 people at his beach house for a birthday party. Nope, not a mask was seen. It was crazy. They just had a huge outbreak there in the area of Martha's Vineyard. Like, these people do what they want. They want you to also do what they want you to do. Meanwhile, they're busy doing their own stuff. And they're living by a double standard, and it's an absolute joke. And that's why I get so frustrated with people. They're supposed to be these people are supposed to work for us. Y'all remember that? They're supposed to work for us. But it's all a facade. And so there's no telling where this is going. But I can tell you, I need to find that bird picture. We got to work on
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm sending it to you right now. Laura sent it to me. Bless you.
Oh, man, I had to sneeze right when I saw the bird. Are you airdropping it?
I texted it to you.
Oh, you texted it. Can you you can't airdrop it. Hold on, let me airdrop it. Y'all will love this. Y'all are going to love this so much when I show you this. This is from Karen. She's a real Karen to send this. Janet Yellen to me. Let's see. Where is it?
Well, somehow
Airdrop.
Laura knew exactly what you were talking about. So that's who sent it to me.
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks, Laura. We appreciate that. Ben's. Here it is. Okay. This is going to be worth it, guys. This is going to be worth it. And I got to pull the downloads up. And here it is. Okay, open. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, my gosh. You can't make this up. Karen said, BitBoy Crypto remind you of anyone. Look at this haircut. Look at that haircut. Look at that. Look at this rainbow haircut. I tell you what, that's a much. This is actually Janet Yellen, though. She's right here. Yeah. So, of course, I commented on this. I said, OMG, it's our Treasury Secretary. That's exactly when we were doing the thing with the haircut, we were talking about her looking like a bird. That's literally exactly the image that went to my mind. I didn't know it was even a real bird. Maybe I saw it somewhere in my childhood.
Yeah.
And, it just came up. So you can't make this stuff up. Thank you to Karen for tagging me in that because I thought that was so funny. So, oh, my gosh. Okay. So I said stream about to go down. Okay. And then we have this story as well. U.S. Senator warns these benefits of crypto, but warns a run on crypto may need federal bailout.
Oh, give me a break.
Here she is. We're going from Janet No Telling Yellen to the banking broad herself, Elizabeth Warren. She was asked about what she thought the U.S. crypto regulation should look like in an interview with Bloomberg. If people are going to be out there trading it, there needs to be a cop on that beat. There needs to be a cop on the beat. I can't with these people.
Well, look at that.
Everything they say is a meme.
Well, their headline, literally the only thing, what was the headline again? Yeah. So a bank run would crush the banks immediately. A crypto run, like it's all actually there. It's an open ledger. There's no way the Fed needs a crypto bailout, not the other way around. Yeah,
exactly.
It's a joke.
Yeah. Crypto is the bailout for our failed financial system.
Exactly.
If people are going to be out there trading, cops need to be on the beat because when there's not a cop on the beat in any market, then it's small traders who get cheated. And that's what always worries me. Huh. Yeah. Who are the people that are cheating them? It's you, Liz. It's you, Janet Yellen. You are the people that is cheating the small trader. Why do you think all the stock stuff happened? Because the small trader said we're fed up with this. The system that was built by people in the charge of all these banks that are giving our government money. I tell you, I really used to believe, like I would say the bank lines, but I didn't really believe that the banks actually, that the
Were this corrupt?
I didn't think. I mean, it's kind of a talking point in crypto, but you just don't believe that it's true. Really, it makes you sound like a conspiracy theorist.
Right.
But you realize it is true. Somebody told me to look this up.
Oh my God.
Here she is. Here's Janet Yellen.
Oh my.
Here's
goodness.
Bitcoin. Here's Ethereum. Here's you. And you know what? Did you hear about this driving tax that's going in the bill? Did you hear about this?
No.
They're passing this law to where people are going to be taxed by the mile that they drive now.
Oh my goodness.
And here's the best part. The best part is there's no language to define the tax in the law. The law is defined by Janet Yellen. They said the Treasury Secretary gets to pick.
Oh wow.
How's that legal?
Yeah.
They want some basic rules in place, yada, yada, yada. Biggest upside to crypto could be expansion or why can I not say that? Democratization of access to the financial system. Yes, good. At least you see that. At least she sees that. We have tens of millions of people who are either unbanked or underbanked. So the downside, of course, is as long as it's an unregulated system, you might be pulling more people in so they can get cheated. And that's not what we want. That's what we're trying to do on this channel. We're trying to get people in the BitSquad to come into crypto so I can sell you all my Bitcoin at the top. That's what it is. We're trying to cheat the little guy here. That's what this is all about. Wrong, right? We're here doing this because I've changed my life forever with crypto. TJ, I've changed his life. Crypto changed his life forever.
Yeah.
And one of you single ladies out there will probably do the same to him when we sell his love as an NFT.
Mm-hmm.
But we're trying to tell you about this. Look, it reminds me kind of the Bible, right? In the Bible, you got these people that went through this stuff. You had these apostles, and you call it the gospel, the good news. You tell people about Jesus died on the cross and things like that. And it was such good news. They just wanted to go out and tell everybody, right? Now, I'm not telling you what to believe from a religious sense. That's up to you as a person. But that's what crypto reminds me of. It's like this great thing that's happened, and I just want to go out and tell everybody about it. I want to tell everybody what is. If TJ was saying he saw a guy with a Bitcoin shirt on, I was like, oh, hey, let's talk about Bitcoin. Like, that's how things are. We want to spread this good news of crypto because it's changed our lives. It's changed so many people's lives forever. And you got the people coming in at this point not wanting that. They want to stifle the individual from getting to a higher level. We've never seen a bigger range of wealth disparity in America. And that is not the fault of capitalism, okay? That's not capitalism. A lot of people blame that on. I actually got a message from a guy who said he's a Marxist and that all of his friends, he says, yeah, we're all the common, communist liberals out here. And they said watching my channel has made them second think a lot of things. I was like, that was like the biggest compliment. I showed that to my wife yesterday on the plane. That was the biggest compliment. Like, we want people to understand the potential that crypto has for you and your individual life. We've never had a bigger range of wealth disparity. It's because of the banks at the top.
Yep.
The banks, the politicians who are public servants who barely get paid any money. Remember that. They're right up there. The big tech, the techocracy. That's where all the money is going. And crypto is a way for us to take a piece of that pie back. Now, I took my piece. Y'all know I love pie. Pecan pie.
What about cake?
Love cake. He used to call me Cake Boy. Thanks, Dad. So let Dad drop the demon this week.
Yeah.
While I was gone. So I wonder if anybody thought he was me.
Maybe.
But anyways, let's get back here to this. All right, let's move on here. Brian Brooks resigns as CEO of crypto exchange Binance US.
I would be interested to have a conversation with Brian Brooks and the stuff he's seen in the last year or so, because he's had a lot of these very high profile, very short-lived tenures at some pretty major places. And I'd be interested to see, like, some that he left, and I'd be really interested to hear about why.
Yeah. I definitely want to know why. Old Growth Canopy says, BitBoy's channel is a weird mix-up. Down. All at the bottom. A weird mix-up of anarchists, teenagers, serious crypto investors, and Christian camp counselors. That's a very good. And guys, you got to understand, we don't like to talk politics on this channel. I see some people saying some negative stuff about that. I don't like talk politics. But here's a fact. When the major story in crypto involves politics, we're going to talk politics. We're not going to be afraid to broach the subject because we may make a person mad here or there. You have to understand, right now we're seeing an intertwining of crypto and politics. So we can't talk about the most important stories of the day without talking about Janet Yellen, without talking about Elizabeth Warren, without talking about Ted Cruz, without talking about the infrastructure bill, who ultimately comes from Joe Biden, right? So we know these things have to be talked about. So
Right.
if you want to tune out during those couple minutes, it is what it is. I bought Charlie Lee's bags. That's
So
nice.
he bought Litecoin at the top.
Yeah, I bought it at the top. He says money is connected to politics, like it or not. And blockchain gives us the ability to move on from that.
Yeah.
Now, will it happen? I don't know. I hope so.
That's
The moon's
fight.
in here. The moon says bullish.
All right.
Yeah.
What's up, Carl?
Yeah, you guys can see Carl on my channel at 3 today. So anyways, get back to the story. Former head of the OCC, who became chief executive officer of Binance US, has resigned. Brooks announced his move in a tweet Friday afternoon. He pointed to differences over strategic direction, but did not elaborate. He began his role at the U.S. firm on May 1st, so he didn't even make it 3 months. Is that right?
Sounds
Right,
well,
at 3 months and a week, I guess it is.
Yeah.
So it said if we did make crypto a religion, we wouldn't need to pay tax. That's pretty funny.
That is
Some of y'all would, y'all spaghetti monster people would do that, I'm sure. Shortly after Brooks' announcement, Binance US posted a statement from CZ, said that this transition will not impact Binance US customers in any way. And we were having a conversation this morning about what do we want to do with this information? I mean, Brian Brooks, Catherine Coley, right? Gone. She disappeared. Nobody knows where she is, pretty much.
so weird.
We know she's alive, and
Yeah.
she's texted a few people here and there, but she's made no public mention of anything that happened. Nobody knows where she is. She's not in San Francisco, apparently, from what I understand. So she left in kind of a weird situation. Now we got Brian Brooks replacing her, and now he's leaving in a weird situation. What was told to me about the situation is that basically Brian Brooks got the role, and he thought he was in charge. And because, right, Binance US is a franchise of Binance.com. It's not, there is the same branding, same logos, but they should have the ability to make a lot of unilateral decisions. And basically, when he got in, he found out, no, actually, CZ and who's the other guy? Waylo, I think.
I think that's right.
Something like that. Let me look it up real quick so I don't butcher his name. I may butcher it even if I have it spelled right. Yeah. Let's see. Wayzoo. What's that? And he left. He recently left. But his leaving Wayzoo, not Waylao, Wayzoo, he actually left in June. So there's overlap between him leaving and Brian Brooks being there. So, the fact is that, Brian Brooks thought he was in charge, and he realized very quickly that he wasn't in charge. The decisions were coming actually from Binance.com. And maybe that's why Catherine Coley ended up, leaving. Who knows? I mean, we do think she was let go, but it could have been that difference of opinion and whatever. So we were actually talking about, should we get our money off Binance.us? Some people are saying that, I know this is a scary thing, right? I don't want to scare anyone. We're not right. We didn't think about this, and this morning we're just going to pull it all off. We're having conversations about it. So we're not in emergency mode or need to pull it off.
No.
But I would say, though, that I think you need to have alternate plans because, there could be a chance that if they can show a tie between Binance US and Binance.com in decision-making, then who knows? The government could shut them down eventually. And I think you would still be able to get your money back even if that happened.
Yeah, it wouldn't be we've seen stuff with Binance in the past. It wouldn't be just you wake up one day and they tell you can't do it. If they were going to be shutting it down, they'd give you a date and some time and tell you, withdraw your stuff.
But we're just trying to figure out, should we preempt that? Should we just go ahead and do it maybe? So these are conversations we're having. I don't think your money's in trouble there. It's very safe.
Right.
But, down the road, you may have to move it out. So, I guess the only situation would be if there are coins that are not available on KuCoin, that aren't available on Coinbase, and you don't know where to put them, maybe you'll learn how to do some self-custody. But, that would be something that would hold you back from doing that. Corey J. Harden says, we shall celebrate Easter every year with pecan pie and steak. Sounds good. Well, you can actually do steak, then you can do the pecan encrusted sweet potato with the brown sugar on it. Whew, that would be killer right there. I love me some sweet potatoes. Are sweet potatoes a vegetable?
Sweet potatoes, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a root, right?
Is a potato a root?
Well, I mean, yeah, it grows out of the ground, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
What makes something a root?
I don't know. I grew up always thinking potato was a vegetable.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was eating a
Isn't
vegetable.
Isn't that what you said? Is it a vegetable?
Why is that a sweet potato?
Yeah.
It's a root vegetable.
Okay.
Is a regular potato a root vegetable?
Yeah.
Is that Allie?
We got Allie.
We have a
and Daisy.
resident fruit and vegetable expert here. Also, don't use microwaves or she will judge you.
Yeah. The office nutritionist.
Yeah, she is office nutrition. Wu-Tang got you all in check. Wu-Tang Clan's Tecalian Stallion, Method Man, to drop Tickle World. Tickle? Is it Tical? It's Tical. What? Tical. Y'all know that. I guess I've never seen it written before. I just heard the noise. NFT comic art. Clifford Smith Jr., better known by his stage name Method Man from the rap supergroup The Wu-Tang Clan, announced straight out of the gravel pit that they were planning to launch a non-fungible token collection called Tical World. I sound like TJ saying BitBoy Crypto. BitBoy Crypto. Tokenized comics and Killer Bees centric art was designed by New York artist Alex Smetsky. And I can tell you, there are we're possibly having 1 to 2 celebrities on this week to talk NFTs on the channel. I think just one, but I haven't made a decision on the other one. The other one's a much bigger celebrity, but I haven't made a decision on it yet.
You're not talking about yourself, are you?
No, we're doing NFTs already. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to bring on like a top flight celebrity to the channel because they're used to being in control and in power and like the bigger celebrity.
Right.
And so I like, do I really want to embarrass them by bringing them on my channel? And, you know,
and you're the bigger celebrity. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. What do you mean? Well,
just
what do you mean?
Clarifying.
Just clarifying. Anyways, but the point is, it looks like these NFTs are coming back around, and obviously, I mean, prices are going back up. And look, I like to have celebrities on. I know a lot of you guys don't like when I have the celebrities on. It depends on who it is. I think everybody loved Trey Mancini, right? Everybody loved Trey Mancini. It was all for charity. When people are selling NFTs, you don't necessarily get excited about it, and I understand it, but it's a little selfish for me. I like doing the interviews. I mean, we've got one of my childhood heroes possibly coming on this week.
Yeah.
Cool. You know, I stole his finishing move in the wrestling in the neighborhood. So,
okay,
yeah,
that's a little tease there.
Little tease. That's right. I gotta keep the audience tame here. So
yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. That Tom McDonald one was pretty cool. I know that was kind of borderline for some people. Tom
McDonald was great. I mean, he bought an NFT. He wasn't selling one.
Yeah.
He texted me this weekend. So
nice.
Love Tom. Tom is such a great dude. I love everything he stands for.
Yeah.
But anyways, so this is all coming back around here. It says Method Man revealed he's stepping into the non-fungible token industry. Method Man is releasing an NFT comic series called the Tical World Chronicles in Part 1, The Origin, which offers a slew of features from the Wu-Tang rapper. He's really into like I don't know what the right word to call it, like Asian art. I don't think it's just anime he's kind of into. But I know I think he did. Can't remember what he did. He did something before NFTs that were kind of along this line. Can't remember exactly what it was, but NFTs will feature the only copies of the original Tical World characters, which will be issued on the Flow blockchain. Same protocol that issues NBA Top Shot. NFT collectors will be able to capture community-owned crypto characters. Besides leveraging Dapper Labs blockchain technology, Wu-Tang rappers NFTs will utilize Tungo Vault as well. Is that a music NFT?
Not sure. Yeah.
We make the tune go. Independent A-list. I don't think it has anything to do with crypto.
Distribute. It's a platform,
Vault.
though?
It's just a vault. Yeah, it's a platform.
Just like a music platform?
Yeah.
Send me that. What's it called? TuneGo?
TuneGo.com. TuneGo.com. Let's see, did anybody else say? Yeah, he's into old school kung fu. Yeah, there you go. And he's done some stuff with that. Afro Samurai. I don't know exactly what that is, but I think that is what I'm talking about. Just prove me I never know what I'm talking about. Host of another MTV failed show. What show is that he hosted, I wonder?
Yeah.
Nobody knows. Will Jack Dorsey be America's first Bitcoin president? I think I want to hear a resounding no here. So, as partisan lines start to blur for the sake of crypto, the idea of Bitcoin president might no longer be that far-fetched. What is this crap talking about?
I think he tweeted or somebody tweeted over the weekend that eventually one day the president will be a Bitcoiner. They're kind of just saying, kind of no matter what, it's inevitable. I don't know if it was him that said that or not.
Oh, does this mean like someone who is a president who's pro Bitcoin,
Right.
not a president of Bitcoin?
Correct.
That they should have worded that. That sounds a lot better. Amid a legislative crypto battle in Washington, calls for electing America's first Bitcoin president have emerged. Oh, I can tell you, I wouldn't be voting for Jack Dorsey. I can guarantee you, I ain't ever voting for a president with a nose ring. I'm sorry. I look, we love our people on the channel that have nose rings. I'm not for a president with a nose ring. At least in America. Other countries, it's totally fine. Crypto advocate Pomp ignited a discussion about potential candidates who could fit the role when a user tweeted that Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey was slowly and steadily moving toward running for office. Tech billionaire replied that Bitcoin doesn't actually need presidents. Pomp himself denied any plans to seek any political position. Would you like a political position, TJ?
Sounds interesting.
Well, I don't know. If you want to hire someone for a political position, that might get a little dicey.
Yeah.
After several followers received his tweet as a campaign pitch, the White House endorsing an unfavorable amendment. We already know about all that stuff. We talked about it. Ex-Democrat President, hopeful Andrew Yang, was the closest thing the industry had to a mainstream Bitcoin candidate. He got crushed all across the board. I think he finished 4th in the New York mayor's race. Didn't make it very far. Prominent crypto entrepreneur Brock Pierce also made an appearance on the ballot. He's a joke.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things I could say about him.
That was all just marketing exposure.
It was all kind of like when John McAfee ran for president.
Yep.
I mean, that's all that it was. So we have a lot of people. Do we have XRP news today? I don't think we have any today. I think we're about to lose all of our people watching.
There was something on.
Let's try to have it. Let's try to have an XRP story every day.
It says Binance.us CEO and XRP, but I don't know what it was about.
Will someone get Elron?
Sure.
Because did I miss it? Oh, I missed a story. Here it
There it
is.
is.
No, here it is. Yeah, I just skipped right over it.
Boom.
We're gonna do the XRP. I'm sorry, guys. We did have some. Introducing the XRP MasterCard debit card. XRP card has arrived. We're thrilled to announce the launch of the XRP MasterCard debit card. As part of the global ID vision, we believe that everyone has a right to not only an identity, but a wallet tied to that identity. With the wallet, they should be able to trade, hold, and spend money and assets of any kind. In essence, it's about giving everyone a seat at the table. The XRP card takes that one step further, allowing users to spend fiat, crypto, or any other digital asset from their global ID wallet. Powered by Uphold. Oh, there's some. Powered by Uphold. Anywhere MasterCard is accepted, all while earning up to 5% cash back in XRP rewards. I want to get some more information on Uphold. I wonder if they've been taken over by the cartel, maybe. I don't know. I mean, they're working right here with Ripple pretty closely on this, so very interesting. I mean, Uphold's a great exchange. That's a great place for Americans to be able to buy XRP. 12,500 viewers, and we got 5,000 likes. We only need 2,000 more likes, right? That's at 7,000 or 7,000?
You did say 7.
All we need is 2,000 more. Do us a favor. Stop what you're doing. You're about to ruin my likes record. Make sure you X out of the mobile chat, hit the like button, hit the mobile chat icon, come right back. You didn't miss anything, I promise. Maybe a couple BitBoy verse jokes you might have missed in the chat. But if you're watching on TV, bottom left-hand corner of your screen, more actions, more options. Hit the like button. You can hit a dislike button if you're a bad person. That's cool too. So XRP card is the first ever community card linked or debit card of its kind. It's available exclusively to members of the XRP Army group on Global ID. Long-term vision is to empower any community with the tools to quickly and conveniently issue their own community debit cards to their members. It's pretty cool. It's made possible with Sovereignty Stack. We also couldn't have done it without our ecosystem of partners. Did you guys like the XRP video we did this weekend? I thought that was pretty good, where we really explained what was going on with all the different products. A lot of their products have been merged now into RippleNet, and then they have the XRapid now, I believe, is the on-demand liquidity, or ODL. Please give update on Digibyte rumor. No, sorry, I'm not. Secret information was passed to me by he's not even a guy. Well, it is a guy, but it's a totally random person I know. And so maybe we can dig into that a little bit more. I want to make sure I got all my ducks in a row before. Basically, there's going to be a big use of their blockchain coming up soon.
So
Method Man hosted Yo Mama. I
remember-
love that show.
I remember that show.
Wait, what? Wait, wasn't that show hosted by Wilder Valderrama?
I thought it was too. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe they both hosted it,
Maybe so.
or maybe there was.
I can feel TJ cringe every time you talk about XRP. It's probably true.
It is a little bit
Hey.
true.
It's gonna make my dad a millionaire. I'm excited about it.
Good for him.
Were you trying to tell me something?
No, I'm looking. Yeah, no, Method Man was not the host.
Yeah, good try. That was Fez from that 70s show.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Fez?
He's out there.
He
doing
did a couple
stuff.
MTV things, and I haven't seen him in anything in a long time. After Yo Mama, I don't think I've ever seen him.
No, he did some other stuff, but he kind of peaked with that 70s show.
Yeah. Also, Danny Masterson peaked with that show.
Handyman. He was on a show called Handy Manny from 2006
Oh.
to 2013.
That's a kid's show, cartoon.
Okay,
There you go. That was it.
that's what he did.
You guys know about Danny Masterson? I think he's in prison.
Oh
so.
boy. All right.
What was his name on the show? Hyde.
Hyde.
Yeah. A lot of accusations against him. So yeah,
Okay.
not good stuff.
Let's rein this back in.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Let's do it. We're getting to be like the end of that 70s show, and they're in the basement. They're just rambling. There's a lot of debit and credit card programs being marketed at the moment. Actually, my Coinbase card went to the wrong address. It went to my old address.
Uh-oh.
So I can use it on Apple Pay, but I don't have the physical card. And I'm afraid to tell them I lost it, because then I'd have to redo, all the information. I have to get a new card. And it works on my Apple Pay just fine. So I don't think anybody can use it. You think they could?
I don't know.
You'd have to activate it, and yeah, exactly. So I'm not worried about it. All right. Next story here. Let's go. Tether issues additional 1 billion USD on Tron network. This is one I've talked about before. I'm not really that interested in Tron anymore. There was a time I used to have an annual Tron's giving every year, where Justin Sun would come to Thanksgiving dinner with me, and turkey would ride in on a Tron cycle. And then we would eat turkey. So, we had some good times. I did an interview with Justin Sun, but not a fan of Tron. Not a fan of Justin Sun anymore. Fez is in Green Arrow now. Okay. Thank you, Cereal Marshmallows. And Alex in 6 says, what price does XRP have to reach for your dad to become a millionaire? Let me do the math on that. I mean, I had to get to $15, I think. So that I think that's the number. So we'll see what happens. Definitely in the realm of possibility. 1 billion more USDT has been earmarked for Tron. If you didn't know how USDT works, Tether, they've got different chains that it runs on. Runs on an ERC20 chain. It runs on Omni, which is the original chain. It runs on Tron as well. Isn't there another one it runs on too now? You can't think of it.
Binance, maybe. Did you say that already?
Oh yeah. Does it have a BEP20?
I think it does.
I think you're right on that. 1 billion USDT inventory replenished on Tron network. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Now, I don't really like Tron. I'm not really going to buy Tron. Any stretch of the imagination. I don't know. I could, maybe. I mean, if I thought it was going to go up a lot, then yes, Ricas de Valers, for your 35 czar, I'm very sorry. Thank you for the super chat. But I'm not prepared to come forth with a Digibyte rumor yet. I'll make sure, like I said, got my ducks in a row. Look, if I'm a betting man and you're looking at all this new Tether being printed on Tron, which they had actually burned a bunch of Tether on Tron during the bear market. So the fact that now they're speeding it back up and picking back up the Tether issuance on the Tron blockchain, that tells me
They're prepping.
they're prepping for something.
Yep.
You look back at the price of Bitcoin in 2017, and really all throughout its history, even over this last bull run, whenever more Tether grants are issued, usually is right before a pump. So I'm not saying Tron is something, I think you heard that super chat, Garrett Vodbos. But I'm not saying that this is something I'm going to run in and buy, but I'm saying usually these Tether issuances are a precursor to big pumps. So it says, according to the Tron, or to the Tether Transparency Report, there are now 32 billion USDT staked on the Tron network, making it the largest for the stablecoin, which tells me that Justin Sun probably owns 30 billion of that. It has a further 1.1 billion authorized but not issued yet, which is likely to be this recent transaction. Tron now carries 53% of all USDT.
Wow.
Did you know that?
That's a lot.
Wow.
That's,
It's all suspicious, though.
Yeah.
Very suspicious. Look, if y'all don't know Justin Sun's track record, it's basically this. It's basically he pays for everything, right? Like pays for Twitter followers, pays pays to get Tron on the press. He at Consensus one year, the big conference that used to be in New York when New York allowed things to be there. They had a big Justin Sun billboard up there that he paid for. He loves paying for things to get him press. He paid for the Warren Buffett lunch, which I went out and covered, which didn't actually happen in its form it was supposed to be, but I did get to eat at a 3-star Michelin restaurant, which was really nice. I thought that the caviar was blueberries when
That's
they brought
my
it out.
favorite part.
Yeah, I said, I don't want to try that. I'm not really a fan of blueberries, and everyone at the table laughed. I was clearly the least distinguished candidate on the panel that day. Let's see. Largest increase in stablecoin issuance has been from Circle. USD supply has gone over 600%. Binance's own stablecoin BUSD has outperformed Tether in supply growth. I mean, that would make sense. I mean, we don't really care about the audit. People still talking about this Tether audit.
It's crazy.
It just never ends. So, but ultimately, the information that I would take out of this is that usually when we see big moves in issuance and big moves in Tether printing, Tether grants, that means that they're anticipating a higher demand for that coin, which means that blockchain would be doing pretty well financially, and the price would be going up. Is why they're printing more. They like to preclude pumps by getting more money out there for people to trade with. If you didn't know, stablecoins are 60% of the entire market, and they're only, I think, about 2.5% of the total amount of coins. I Haste One says Falcons record prediction. Well, I mean, we could do a Falcons schedule prediction right here. We can just go out. What's confusing is, now we have 17 games.
Really?
So, you're used to like 8-8 or 9-7, but that's not the case.
That's one overseas. Is that the additional game?
No, not for every team.
Oh.
We do have a game overseas. We are playing the Jets.
But is that the reasoning
No.
so they can work more of those in?
No, I think we're only doing 3 preseason games now in 17 regular seasons. So they just swapped a preseason for a regular season. They just want more money. That's what it boils down to.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over the record here. Falcons versus Eagles. That's a win. Who's going to tally this for me?
I
Aaron,
got you.
will you
I got you.
You got it, TJ?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we got one win. Falcons Buccaneers on the road. I'm going to say loss. Falcons at Giants, win. Washington at Falcons, win. Jets at Falcons, win. Falcons at the Dolphins, I want to say win, but I'm going to say a loss on that one. I've been to Miami before. It's a hot place to play even in October. Panthers Falcons, that's a win. Falcons Saints on the road, I'm going to say loss. Falcons Cowboys on the road, I'm going to say loss. Patriots at Falcons, win. Falcons at Jaguars, win. Buccaneers at Falcons. I'm going to say win just because we usually split with them. Last year, we should have won one of the games and we blew it at the end. Big shocker. Falcons at Panthers, that's another win. Falcons at 49ers on the road, I'm going to say loss. That's my anniversary. Lions at Falcons, I'm going to say win. Falcons at Bills, loss. Saints at Falcons, last day of the season, I'm going to say win. What we got?
8, 9, 10, 11 wins.
So we're going to go 11-6 this year, boys. 11-6. We
a-
got a pretty easy schedule, is the truth.
That's a bold prediction.
Look, guys. Look. I think we can do it. Look, do not go to your bookie with this information.
I was going to say.
This is coming from a clearly biased Falcons fan who thinks we're going to win the Super Bowl every single year.
Yeah.
This year, I've got a sneaky suspicion that we won't. The last time I had a sneaky suspicion we were going to be terrible, I said, there's no way we'll win the Super Bowl this year. We went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
same with me. So
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it
this is not sports betting advice.
No, I do think I think our coach. If you saw what he did with Ryan Tannehill, Arthur Smith saw what he did with Ryan Tannehill. Maybe he can come do the same thing with Matt Ryan. Have a resurgence. Matt Ryan's still a great quarterback. We still got Calvin Ridley. He's one of the top receivers in the NFL. Kyle Pitts coming in, tight end. He's going to be a top receiver right off the bat. Big problem with the Falcons this year, outside of our always terrible defense, our secondary will actually be better. But running game, we have Mike Davis. I think that's the only running back we got. Mike Davis is a good second to third running back. I don't think he's a bell cow back, I would say. So, anyways, shout out to Nick Chubb for getting a big contract. Georgia Bulldog.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Also, a couple of super chats. Z-Boss said he liked the shirt.
Oh, thank you, sir.
That's all.
Okay. Ethereum estimated to become deflationary. Here's when and how much. So, I mean, I think, and TJ, would you say, so what sources gave me my Falcons picks? That's me, right off the dome. And trust me, there are 2 or 3 other games I wanted to say win, and I didn't. So, okay. TJ, how have you felt about the Ethereum hard fork so far?
Great. I mean, I've thought it went off without a hitch. The price action's great. Seeing the Ethereum getting burned, I think, is encouraging. So, I mean, as far as it relates to the price, I haven't been more bullish on ETH in a long time, I would say.
Somebody says Falcons are not beating the Eagles at home. Jalen Hurts going to come in there and tear us up, huh? And Carson Wentz got hurt first week of practice for the Colts. And somebody said they're very bullish on the Cincinnati Bengals. I would actually say that is a team that I would watch. I think they will definitely make the playoffs this year. You're seeing the flipping. And this is where you look at Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Everybody's like, there's no way this will be better than that. Well, if you look at what's happening in the AFC Central, you've had Pittsburgh and the Ravens up at the top forever. We could be seeing a flipping here. I think the Ravens will still be decent, but Bengals and Browns really coming on strong. Never thought they would be good at the same time. So
where were you going with the ETH hard fork?
Here it is. Following Thursday's London, I'm the same. I feel like the same has gone very, very well. So let's look at what this article says. Following Thursday's London upgrade, Ethereum network started burning thousands of coins each day. While this is a welcome blow to Ether's inflation, I think that's supposed to say many expect that in the future it might make it even a deflationary network. Over 4,400 ETH were burned in under 22 hours after the network implemented EIP 1559. Users start paying a variable base fee. The important part here is the burn. The part of the fee gets destroyed forever. As miners create new blocks, they're rewarded with one newly issued Ether, which is where Ethereum's current inflation rate of about 4% comes from. I didn't know it's 4%. That's so massive.
If that's about a fight, we would we would destroy them.
0% we would lose that one. I'm sorry. Rand's a nice guy, but his best option would be to ran away for sure. It's true though. No offense, Rand. We like Rand. He's a great guy. Yeah. Sheldon Evans. I mean, I think he looks like he has brittle bones. So.
Yeah. I feel like we would.
I think TJ could take him.
Yeah. The question was Ben versus Rand, me versus Sheldon. I think the 2 of us would destroy the 2 of them.
Yeah. No offense, guys. I heard Sheldon could do a lot of push-ups back when he used to be a life coach before he was a YouTuber about crypto. That just changed last year. So, EIP 1559 always allows blocks. That's just more about. Let's get the numbers here. After the transition, according to Ethereum burning inflation tracking service, Ultrasound Money, with 10 million ETH, an average base gas price of 20 Gwei, that's 10 Paraguays, and POS being implemented on March 31st, 2022, we should expect Ether to become deflationary at the very moment it moves away from mining. That's huge news, guys.
Yeah.
Because here's what we've been told, okay? We've been told that Ethereum is turning deflationary. That's not true, okay? Bitcoin also is not deflationary. Like, that's kind of a myth.
It's just
it's way more deflationary than fiat money.
Right.
But there is more being produced every day.
It's just less inflationary.
Yeah, it's less inflationary by a long shot. But what they're saying now with this Ethereum EIP 1559 is that when that was implemented, I think the number was 38%. It was a 38% drop in the new creation of Ethereum. So almost a halving. I mean, it was like a thirding, a little more than a thirding. Okay, a thirding. Is that a word? I just made it so. So what we're seeing is 38% less Ethereum created every day. So you take about that 4%, that would mean like instead of 4% inflation right now, it's like 2.25% inflation, approximately somewhere thereabouts. So when you really start to think about it, that when we do move to ETH 2.0, Ethereum can actually become deflationary. There is no limit to where this price could go. If this turns deflationary, this has been its biggest weakness, is its inflationary tokenomics compared to Bitcoin. So we'll have to see what happens. I think it's very interesting. A lot of people are very interested in, we had the IP 1559. That's over. We're going to see a bear market next year. So we're going to see prices going down. We're going to see less congestion on the network. There's not going to be this huge push to change everything. So I think that what we're seeing is we are seeing the next evolution in crypto. We are going to see Ethereum pass Bitcoin. I've been very vocal about that. I think we will see it. I think that when ETH 2.0 rolls out, we'll be gearing up, perfect timing for the next bull market as Bitcoin leads to its halving, unless we see an ETH decoupling from the market over the next 2 years, which I believe is possible. Very, very interesting. So someone said Cinema and Warner are now advocating for the Loomis. They said they just said it on a press conference.
Interesting. We'll have to look into
It's
that.
Kristen Cinema, right? That's her name, I think. Did she run for president?
I have no idea.
Let me look.
And then Tommy Loud Deals on Twitch asked if Hit Network ever goes live. It'd be interesting to see some of that stuff in real time. We don't have any live streams going on Hit Network yet, but we will soon.
Yeah, I remember why I know she's the senator from Arizona. A very close race. I think she won. It's okay. So we got 2 Democrats now saying they're siding with the Loomis bill, or the amendment. But there's also supposed to be no debate going on with it. So we'll see what happens. I think it would be fantastic for crypto if this gets put in at the last second and then voted on. But once again, still got to go to the House. So this fight is not over yet. But we've been somebody said, yeah, okay. So the fact is, Bitcoin's going up, Ethereum's going up, crypto regulation. Here's the interesting thing. I want you guys to think about this. Remember how we tell you there's not a huge connection really necessarily between the news on the daily basis and the price of Bitcoin? It's how many whales are moving Bitcoin leading up to things, which the news overlaps with a little bit. Also, many, many more Bitcoin transactions, large ones made over the weekend. But the fact is with all this regulation talk this week, think about this. We didn't see one blip on the price of Bitcoin going down.
Nope.
Not one time.
Looks stronger than ever.
Stronger than ever. They're talking about it in crypto. Stronger than ever. So, getting ready for this bull run 2.0. We're excited. That's all I got. Glad to be back. Be blessed. Good boy out.